The Honorable David Hurd presiding. The court is now in session.
Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, and then the singing of the national anthem, and then the retreat of the colors.
Oath. Go.
Oh, say
Read that.
can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order.
Please be seated.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a great day for all of you who are becoming citizens of the United States, but it is also a great day for the United States to have you join us as citizens, and I am so honored to be able to preside over this ceremony as your first time as citizens. Ordinarily in this courtroom, it's very quiet, serious, but it's a serious event today, but I want you to clap, cheer for your friends, your new citizens and relatives. Take pictures and enjoy yourself, because this is a one-in-a-day lifetime event. And please stay to the end. Don't leave early after you get sworn in, because we've done a lot of work. People have done a lot to make this a special day for you. You've already heard the singers, and please give them a nice round of applause. You will see in the program all of the people that have helped out here. Wear your mask, and we'll go along with the program. One thing, and of course, you're going to have a lot of benefits from being new citizens, of freedom of speech, and everything else, but you also have some obligations. And one of the biggest obligations you have is to register and vote. And what we've done today is, the ladies right over here on your left, after the ceremony is over and you are United States citizens, please go up and register to vote. They make it so easy for you, and you can participate in the next election. and it is so important. Before we go further, you will never, ever, in your whole life, ever be in a room with such diversity as we have here today. Unbelievable. We have 47 new citizens from 46 states. Can you just imagine that? 26 states of all over the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read as the names of alphabetical order of the various countries, 26 altogether, and I'm going to ask the person or persons to stand up to take a quick bow, okay? First, Bangladesh, one new citizen from Bangladesh. Where's that?
Right here.
Three new citizens from Belarus. Dan? One new citizen from Bosnia. We have 9 new citizens from Burma. One citizen from Brazil in South America. One new citizen from Cameroon. One new citizen from China. One new citizen from the Congo in Africa. Three new citizens from the Dominican Republic. One new citizen from Ecuador. One new citizen from Guatemala. Two new citizens from the Far East, India. One new citizen from, three new citizens from Iraq. One new citizen from Ireland. One new citizen from Jordan. One new citizen from Liberia. One new citizen from Nigeria. Two new citizens from Pakistan. One new citizen from the Philippines. One new citizen from Russia. Three new citizens from Somalia. Two new citizens from Sudan. Two new citizens from Tanzania. One new citizen from Trinidad. One new citizen from the Ukraine. Finally, one new citizen from Vietnam. As I said, it's all special and you'll never be in a room again like this in the rest of your life. So have some fun and take care of it. I now ask Officer Jeffrey Robbins to come forward and present to the citizens. Mr. Robbins.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, on behalf of the United States Department of Homeland Security, I present to this court 46 adult candidates for admission to United States citizenship. Each has been examined by United States Citizenship and Immigration Services and has been found to meet the requirements of the nationality statute. It is appearing before this court to take the final oath of allegiance as the final step of the procedure. 10 of those present have filed petitions with the court requesting a formal change of name. In each case, the government would concur and request that the court grant such petitions. Your Honor, on behalf of the United States government, I respectfully move that the candidates present be administered the oath of allegiance as prescribed by law.
Thank you. Motion is granted. I now call on my clerk, Mr. McBurney, to administer the oath of citizenship.
Thank you, Judge. Would all candidates for naturalization please stand and raise your right hands? Do you hereby declare on oath that you will absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which you have heretofore been a subject? If so, please respond, I do. Thank you. And now please repeat after me. I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law, or that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Thank you, folks. Please remain standing.
Please remain standing, and I'll ask the others to stand as your first act as citizens is appropriately the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, led by Mr. McBurney.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Congratulations.
As I said, we put together a program for you, and our main speaker is a pediatrician at Slocum-Dixon Medical Group in New Hartford, right down the road. She was born and raised in the Philippines, where she attended Immaculate Conception Parochial School and St. James Academy. She then attended the University of the Philippines and graduated with a bachelor's degree in biology. Later, she earned her medical degree from the University of the East in Manila. Following medical school, she moved to New York to complete as a pediatrician residency at St. Vincent's Medical Center in Staten Island. She then moved to Utica, where she soon met her husband and became a permanent member of the community. And this is a first. She became a United States citizen in 1997, right here before me. Please give a nice warm welcome to Dr. Emmy Pizzero.
Good morning, new citizens of America. A special shout out to the Filipino in the back. I cried when we sang the national anthem. I cry every time I sing it. I don't know why. I think it's a mixed emotion. I love my adopted country. I love every opportunity that is offered to me. But at the same time, I love my birthplace. Every time I go to an event and it's sung, I sing it loudly and with pride. We all know how lucky we are to be American citizens. I was not born here. Like you, I came here looking for a better life. I arrived in the United States in Los Angeles, California in 1992. And the first thing I noticed was the highways were so wide. But there were not a lot of cars, so I was surprised. Come to find out, it was Super Bowl weekend. It was winter, and I was to begin a series of interviews for my pediatric residency training. I came from the Philippines, 7,100 beautiful tropical islands with nothing but suitcases and a dream. I did my pediatric residency in Staten Island at St. Vincent's Medical Center. I came here on a J1 visa. Maybe some of you did the same, which means I came as an exchange student, and the only way I could stay to work here was if I worked in a medically underserved area. At that time, Utica was medically underserved. The 3 pediatricians that were retiring, Dr. Brennan, Dr. Kaplan, and Dr. Cooper, were retiring almost at the same time. So they recruited foreign medical graduates to work here. Some of them have stayed, some have already moved on to other states. I met my husband, who was general manager at Carbone Honda. And he said I was flirting with him. I said I was just trying to get a good price on a car, because if I was to stay in Utica, I needed an SUV. So when I tell people he got the better end of the deal, they all laugh. And the rest, as they say, is history. When I came to Utica, coming from New York City, I made sure I locked my car. I had the club. Does anybody remember what the club is? It's this metal thing that you lock your steering wheel with, so nobody can steer it and steal your car. The first time the nurses at St. Elizabeth, where I worked, saw it, they said, "Dr. Pizarro, what is that?" I said, "It's the club. It's so people won't be able to steal my car." They said, "People don't even lock their front doors here." Well, a lot has changed since 1995. At the end of my training, I decided to work here because, like some of you, I wanted to earn in dollars and send help to my family in the Philippines. I had to serve for 2 years under the sponsorship of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And then after those 2 years, I received my green card. And several years more, I got my green card. So in the year 2000, when I married my husband, I said, "I'm not marrying you for a green card. I already have one." Maybe you all came here with the same suitcase and dream that I had. You may have come from a place of conflict or war. You may have waited in a refugee camp for years, waiting to know where you will be resettled. Or you may have come to work and, like me, send help to the family back home. But whatever it is that brought you here, it's clear that you decided to make it home, and you decided to make yourselves American citizens. There was a lot of work you had to do to get there. You just took an oath, the Naturalization Oath of Allegiance to the United States of America. Like I said, when I took my oath, I cried. I felt sad and happy at the same time. Sad to renounce allegiance to my country that I was born in. Sad I was saying goodbye to my birthplace, but happy to walk into a future that was wide open. This event that you just participated in has been happening since the first Naturalization Act was enacted in 1790. 5 years later, the Naturalization Act of 1795 required an applicant to declare an intention, a commitment to become a United States citizen. You may or may not have chosen to come here. You may have ended here as a consequence of war or turmoil. Or maybe you came to work to send money home, or came to study like I did. But whatever brought you here, you're here to stay, and you're welcome. Utica is well known as the land that loves refugees, and actually immigrants of all colors and stripes. They like to call it the melting pot. But for me, melting pot means you dissolve into the solution. You disappear. I'd rather think of it as a gumbo or a paella. You retain your identity, but you help make everything look good, taste better, smell better. You add to the recipe something that nobody else can add. You're unique. You add your culture. Don't be afraid to tell people how to pronounce your name. There's something that you might encounter. Not everybody will love you. There are some people who will think that you're here to steal their jobs. There will always be haters, as the young people say. But the best way to prove yourself is to be successful. You have all the opportunities to succeed. And there are always people, like Mr. Rogers said, look for the helpers. I see some of them here. Some of the interpreters who were probably interpreted for me at the office. Some of them are even in the healthcare profession. Judge Hurd famously said, they went through a lot, you did, to become citizens. All I had to do was be born. And he's right. You worked hard to be here. So what does it mean to be an American? Everyone in America came from somewhere else. Even the Native Americans came from somewhere else. Studies have shown that the Native Americans are believed to have come from Asia during the Ice Age. They came through a landmass called Beringia to Alaska and into what's now known as America, Canada, and the United States. Everyone came from somewhere. So don't let anybody make you feel that you're less than them. The Irish were treated the same way when they first arrived. The Italians were treated the same way when they first arrived. So don't think of yourself as less than people who were born here. You are what makes America great. Never forget that. So what does it mean to be American? To me, it means freedom. Freedom to pursue a life that you dream of. The opportunities that were not available in your country. Freedom to speak your mind. Freedom that was probably not available in the country that you came from. Freedom to gather and meet and share ideas. Freedom the right to vote for the people who represent your ideals. So, when at the end of the ceremony, please, each one of you, approach those lovely ladies of the Legal Women Voters and register to vote. This is going to be a very long and tiring day, but a day you will never forget. You will probably go to parties when you leave this place. Just remember what the late President Kennedy said. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. You now have America as your mother, and we are all brothers and sisters now. So don't wait for your brother or sister to ask for help. If you see someone who needs help, lend a hand. If you think there is injustice somewhere, speak up. And vote for the people who will speak up and stand up towards those injustices. I wish your dreams that you came with all come true. And I wish for a better tomorrow for all of you. You came to America and you have become citizens during a time of divisiveness. You see it every time you turn on your television to watch the news. Listen to everybody's comments and make your own decision. Do not be swayed without reading all the facts. There's a lot of news that is not true. There's a lot of disinformation. If you have any questions about the vaccine, please ask a doctor. Don't consult with YouTube or the internet. So, in the end, I wish you all the best. You have now become first-generation Americans. Don't forget to teach your children your culture and your language. By the third or fourth generation, sometimes they don't even remember how to speak your native tongue. So, whatever God you worship, or even if you don't believe in God, I pray that your God, my God, and the universe be kind to you and give you blessings and fulfill the dreams that you brought with your suitcases. Thank you.
We will now have a couple of musical numbers by the Barbershop Dolls.
And first of all, congratulations and welcome to the USA. We're going to sing a medley of 2 songs by George M. Cohan. He was an American who was an American entertainer. He was a singer, a dancer, a music writer, produced over 50 shows on Broadway. But 2 of the songs that he's most known for are 2 patriotic songs. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy, and I'm a Grand Old Flag.
George M. Cohan said,
I